Is it possible to get a home loan with bad credit? Are you being rejected by the banks due to black marks on your credit file? Here's what you can do to get your loan approved. Meet Paul. Paul is ready to settle down and buy a home to raise a family, but it seems like his rocky past has caught up with him. Due to having defaults after a bad business venture a number of years ago, the bank has declined his application. When you apply for a home loan, lenders will always check your credit file. Your credit report is basically a history of your financial activity. It's one of the main factors in determining whether the banks will even consider your loan. This is not good news for Paul, but all is not lost. There are specialist lenders that can consider many situations that the banks won't. This is great news for people who've been through unfortunate events, such as a divorce, loss of job, injury, business failure, or more. Looks like Paul is in for a chance at that family home. So how much can Paul borrow? Having a large deposit is the key to success. Typically, Paul would be able to borrow a maximum of 80 or 90% of the property's value. Paul may be able to borrow without a deposit. However, this is only possible if Paul has a good reason for his bad credit history and his parents can help him with his loan. So what is considered to be bad credit? Well, it means things like missed repayments on your debts, bankruptcy or a Part 9 agreement, adverse listings on your credit files such as defaults, judgments or court writs, a bad credit history with a lender that you are applying with, unpaid bills or tax, or having too many inquiries on your credit file. So which lenders can help Paul? In some cases, we can get your loan approved with a bank, but we need to present a good case with lots of evidence. Alternatively, we can apply with a specialist lender. They have more flexible lending policies than the major banks, and they will assess your application on its merits. Remember though, the interest rate will reflect the risk of your loan. Your interest rate will vary depending on the size of your deposit and the nature of your credit history. Does this mean that Paul will be stuck with paying a high interest rate? Not necessarily. Specialist lenders are a vehicle to get people into a home. Once Paul's credit file becomes clear, he'll be able to refinance to a more competitive interest rate. This is fantastic news for Paul. He ended up going with a specialist lender and purchased a home for him and his family. A year later, we were able to refinance his home loan with a bank at a great interest rate. He and his family are now enjoying their dream home. And you can too by contacting the home loan experts. Wondering how Australian mortgages work? Do you want to know how much you can borrow? In this video, we walk you through what you need to know when applying for a mortgage in Australia. Sophie is looking to buy a house in Australia. She's done her research online, but she's been overloaded with conflicting information.